Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykart on with me here today. It is Tuesday, February 3rd. Kind of a heat wave up here in Northeast Wisconsin. Riley, we're now above zero, 20 something degrees. So that's feeling nice. South America, particularly Argentina, they're still sizzling down there.
Yeah, pretty warm, but at least got enough rain in the forecast so that the bulls seem to back off since a week ago when we were looking at this. So, gonna hop in here. Got some updates too on plant in progress, and yeah, let's just dive in. First thing I want to do, put in perspective how big of an area we're talking about. First crop, we're looking at anything from Mato Grosso all the way down through central Argentina. You take just Mato Grosso on a U.S. map, almost the whole Midwest. Huge area, guys. So that said, harvest progress here. Uh, Evidently, the rains are slowing down some harvest progress, especially in the north. Mato Grosso looking at harvest progress for beans 22% versus a 5-year average of 27, although still pretty far ahead of last year. Definitely no issues as of now. 8% compared to a 10 average. Being 2% behind, I would not call a big deal, Clint.
Yeah.
And first crop corn side, 6% behind. I would attribute a lot of that to they didn't really have scalding temperatures in Brazil. So I think those crops had more time to mature and didn't necessarily reach the point that it normally does until it got the heat it needed. So a little longer maturing means that harvest would be a little slower on first crop corn. So that makes sense there as well. So that said, actual weather maps here, 1 to 5 day temperatures. Argentina's hot. That's the moral of the story we've been talking about for the last month, especially in that northwest region, but it's crept down more into the heavier crop region here as we go eastern and south in Argentina. These are your heaviest crop regions through here. So 90 plus degree temperatures aren't a big deal when you have rain, but as we all know, they haven't really had any rain over the last few weeks. So could potentially be taking some top end yield off of a small area. But Clint, like you and I have mentioned so many times before, how big of a area the South America crop has grown in, the potential I would still say is astronomically high. So
Yeah, and I mean it's hot, but like 93, 94, like that's pretty manageable. It's not the 105 and 106 that it can be. So
exactly. So 6 to 10 day actually showing it going back to this western region that it's been in for so long with 90 plus degree temps. So we've been kind of getting used to seeing that orange pocket in that area of South America for the last month now. I'm not really shocked to see it still there. I'm kind of just getting used to seeing it going, oh, yeah, that's just move on. So, looking at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, this is why there are some issues in Argentina. No rain in this region. Combined with 90 plus degree temps, I wouldn't say it's causing any crop failures, but I would also say it's a pretty safe bet to say there's a little bit of stress on those crops in that area over the last couple of weeks. So still worth keeping an eye on. They're not out of the woods yet, but the next 5 days, starting to get a little bit of rain creeping into the forecast there. Other than that, not really any changes. Central Brazil and eastern Brazil still showing plenty of rain. And then 6 to 10 day, now they're showing, we're not seeing 3-inch rains to really bail them out, but an inch of rain could go a long way when you haven't had any in a while. So
yeah.
overall on this 6 to 10 day is definitely not helping the markets, especially here in the U.S. If there was still zero rain in the forecast, I think the bulls would have something a little bit more to be excited about, but they don't. So moving on past the regular crop here, moving into the safrinha side. Mato Grosso and Goiás next 2 weeks, temperatures more of the same. I'm not spending any time here. On the rainfall side, still got rain in the forecast. It's not a 4-inch thumper, but a couple inches of rain we'll have to see if the harvest progress continues to slow, Clint. And I've been beating the drum to get 2 inches of rain about every week. So is that really going to slow them down, or is it not enough to stop them? We'll have to see as those harvest progress reports come out, and we look at those every Tuesday. But a little behind now, see if that's a trend that continues. 2-week temperatures for Mato Grosso, DeSole, and Paraná, which is straight south of where we're just looking. More of the same, good temperatures. Rainfall over the next week, pretty heavy here in the east. A lot more of your safrinha crop and even your first crop is more in the central region, but a lot of that still getting 1 to 2 inches of rain plus. So overall, everything's well watered, and the only question is harvest slowing down? So with all that said, Clint, that's all I got.
Sounds good, Riley. Appreciate you putting the maps together. We'll be back in here on Thursday to let you know how the week's progressing. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.